かり銀世界
Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to react to One Piece episode 363. Now guys, the last episode, Zoro took an epic W. They had me in the first half. That samurai from Wano went down hard. Zoro actually put him on fire with a sword attack. That's his new ability apparently. And he got a new sword, so he's back to his free sword style attacks, and he can go and help Luffy because Luffy's in a predicament, right? Everybody won their respectful battles except Luffy, who's going against Moria, who's not even participating in a fight because Luffy can't even take care of his shadow, and now his shadow Oz is coming, and yeah, this ain't gonna be easy for Luffy. But that being said, if you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, join the Patreon, support your boy, Discord, all that. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Chopper 激怒 Hogback 魔の医術
Yo!
残念ながらそいつらに貴様らの仲間だった記憶などかけらもない。動き出したばかりのゾンビなら多少の情が残ることもあるが、もはや体と影が馴染んでしまったこいつらは
死は突然やってくるから、死んだ人にも残された人たちにも言い損ねた言葉がたくさんあるはずだ。何年もなんて言わねえ。たった数分でもいい。
父を助けて、
子供を助けて、
恋人を助けて。そりゃあ迷惑なもんだ。
Damn!
めんどくせえ。そこいらのバカ医者どもに救えねえ命も俺なら救えちまう。
そんなつもりはもうとうねえ。俺はもうお前を医者だとも思ってねえんだ。
I mean, okay, sure, but I mean, Hogback has a point. Like, you have your ideals and you're trying to put them on me, but you and me aren't the same. In fact, if you were like me, you would need me, right? I'm the genius here. Like, you could be a genius as well, do all the things I can do, and then implement your ideals on them, right? But you can't because you're not me. I'm the smart one, right? So you get to go home and do your own thing, bruh. Leave me alone. Like, yeah, sure, from our points of view, Hogback is evil and selfish, but just because he's a genius and a good doctor and he's able to do all these things doesn't mean he owes us anything, right? So he does low-key have a point, right? Chopper is trying to put him down for not thinking the same as him, but hey, you can't make anybody do anything, man.
そこにいるゾンビたちだってそうさ。もう死んでるのに動かされてるだけだ。こいつらは生きてなんかいない。
What the?
動くな。
Why did he do that? I thought he liked her.
さあ、その床を舐めろ、シンドリー。
はいホグバック様
She has to do it. So what's with all the things with the plates? Right? She constantly disobeyed him throughout the... I mean, I guess that was the gag part of the... But they have to obey him. To a point where it's degrading. Damn. Yeah, that is just...
はい。できましたよ、先生。
すまねえ、完全にボタンをつけてもらっちまうとは。
家族思いで誰にでも優しいいい女、そしてほどなく俺の耳に入ってきた信じがたいニュースがシンドリーの死亡事故。
Yo.
なんとも言えぬ脱力感。いよいよ仕事も放棄した。俺はこの船に乗った。
So he can bring her back. He brought her back. And the doctor kept her beside him ever since. But he's degrading her. He's treating her... Damn, bro. This is so messed up. Beyond morals. This is just...
シンドリーちゃん。
But I guess she was never the same.
皿なんかなくなればいい。
そら
Yeah.
再び人間としてこの世を生きることができるんだからな。
But that's not her. That's just her body. Somebody else's shadow is in her, right? So damn, that explains why the thing with the plates and all that. Like, it's not her anymore. Like, it's more to a person than a body, bruh. A body, in fact, fades, but the personality is the thing that gets you hooked. But this girl is not the same. That's messed up. My man just did a whole lot for nothing. I mean, yeah, he is doing a lot, man. This is crazy.
大した技術も持たねえで命を語るんじゃねえよ海賊人が
Pirate's deer.
死んだりじゃこいつらにとどめを刺せ
はい
Yo! Okay. She can't stop! Are you dumb?
残された家族が知ったらどんな気持ちだ。手を離せ。継ぎはぎだらけにされて代わりの利く兵士にされているなんて身内には耐えられない。人間ならもっと自由だ。お前が一番人間扱いしてないんじゃないか。
That's a fact.
邪魔者も消せ
Yo, that's her way out. She was thinking about it.
失敗。ジョッパー。
No, I don't think she failed. I think the lady zombie, she's gonna grab that salt on her own and take herself out. I think those words got to her.
108俺の邪魔をせんな
But they're gonna fight, just like Sanji and Zoro.
やりやがったなそりゃこっちのセリフだ邪魔者は消えろだてめえこそだそれは俺が受けた命令だ
それを今あの二人は忠実に再現しようとしているこのまま新たな命令がないとどうなるのかしらね
Yeah, the doctor himself is weak when you think about it. So Robin can easily take him.
入れないタッチなんだ。この二人。
That is a fact, but this just proves that they're not human, right? Because of a simple misunderstanding of commands, they're now fighting to the death even though they're already dead. And they don't have the capacity, like a true, alive human would, to understand that this is just a distraction, the enemies are right here, or rather their enemies, right? But they can't, so now they're stuck in an endless loop of fighting and Robin is taking full advantage.
おめえら二人揃って飛び降りやがれ
Oh, she made him give them commands. Hilarious.
じゃあ待て早く走りやがれ二人揃ってだ俺に
And there's the difference between the dead and the alive. Free will and right. So oppression. So yeah, my man just found the hard way what he's missing with his experiments. Free will.
騙しやがった最悪だこの人間の勝ち目死んだりここで時間を稼げ
Nah.
俺は逃げる
She's gonna eat that salt, I'm telling you. She's remembering, right? But how? Since she has another shadow in her.
体が動きません
死んだり
He's here. Well, this isn't good.
ご対面だ
Switch?
麦わら
What do you mean switch?
Doctor.
Does he mean it's time to switch, not fight me, but fight your shadow now? Yeah, Luffy's in a predicament. We need Zoro, we need everybody here. Because this guy Oz, now being a full-fledged zombie, devoted to Moria, this ain't gonna be good. This ain't gonna be good. And I love the fact that they really established that Hogback's experiments aren't really human. They don't have free will. Even though you brought them back from the dead, it's not the same person. And that's not what people strive to eventually get endless life. No, when you think about being immortal, you think about being yourself forever, not somebody else in your body, right? So Hogback is twisted, definitely. And he twisted his experiments as well. He supposedly loved this woman, but now he's making her lick the floor. So even he's not believing he's bull crap. But Chopper here right, putting his morals onto him, because looks like Hogback doesn't even have any morals. He's so beyond gone that he's just, right? But Chopper establishing some boundaries here and saying like free will exists, and Robin just abusing the hell out of that weakness, right? Telling him, oh, order us to jump, and he did. So there, his zombies jumped, and she's like, we rather not. What a simple way to describe a distinction between free will and right, oppression. I love it. But that being said, let's see. I think we have another yap session, right? And let's enjoy it.
Hogback is just really pure scum, man.
Yeah.
First it was Absalom, now it's Dr. Hogback, who are shallow women abusers. Who cares about personality and our livelihood as long as it satisfies my lust? It's okay. But yeah, man, these zombies are just tools, and Chopper here is really awesome. One of the rare instances in which he's really pissed off and makes really great arguments.
Yeah.
Poor Cinderi. It seems like she's actually shedding tears too. Even zombies seem to have emotions. Well, I'm not gonna waste any more time. I'll continue with the manga chapter covers, doing volume 26, 27, and 28, containing chapter 237 to 264. Here's the cover for volume 26. We're in Skypiea now. Nami is holding out her arms, Chopper is drinking fruit juice, Luffy is swinging from a tree while holding a fruit, and so on. This volume cover actually got animated for a One Piece video game opening, One Piece Grand Battle 3 for the PlayStation 2. Once again, it's pretty random to animate this for a video game opening, but it's still cool that they actually did it in the first place. Oh yeah, and around this time, the first data book actually released. Here's the cover of it, which has its own unique artwork by Oda. It's titled One Piece Blue Grand Data File, containing extra info about the whole story up until Arabasta, so that is pretty neat. Moving on to the main manga, last time with chapter 236, we left off beginning with a new cover story with bite marks and footsteps giving us some hints to who it could potentially be. Well, in chapter 237's cover, it is revealed to be none other than Wapol, who morphed himself into the tree he consumed. Remember that his ability allows him to morph himself into whatever he eats. Luffy sent him flying from Drum Island all the way to here. This cover story actually does get animated, but way later in the late 700s. I'll still talk about it in detail though, because by then you'll forget it. Chapter 238's cover, we see Wapol morphing into a lamp that he consumed, and by doing so is disturbing the local wildlife. In chapter 239's cover, Wapol begins directly tormenting the people of this new island by morphing into a bench and then revealing his true form at the worst possible moment. You gotta remember, Wapol's a complete prick. Chapter 240's cover has Wapol eating a town in broad daylight, not caring about being seen out in the open. Poor people in the background. Chapter 241's cover is a double-page color spread, taking a break from the story. The crew are rock climbing, and we see a large red bird here with Nami feeding it meat. I'm surprised Luffy's not mad about his meat stock decreasing from that, but whatever. He's just looking at it with his mouth open. Usopp is trying to sketch the bird, but ends up drawing it with a fiercer expression than it really has.
Is that Sanji trying to climb a mountain, bruh? Holding on to dear life, nobody helping him.
Robin and Chopper are just enjoying their drinks, and Zoro and Sanji are still climbing up to everybody. Oda's comment on this art in Color Walk 3 is this: at the top of the craggy mountain was a patch of beautiful flowers. Out comes the bold, legendary bird, Red Peep. Now to capture its glory in a sketch. Hey! Probably pointing out that Usopp here in this sketch, the bird's face is a lot more fierce, but when Nami is feeding it, the bird turns happy, so Usopp's sketch is basically ruined, right? This artwork got animated in the same opening with Nami, Robin, and Chopper going on a shopping spree that I told you about last time, but really, I can't go over every little detail. I already skipped a plenty of details too, and I'm already telling enough, so I'm gonna move on now. Chapter 242's cover continues the cover story with Wapol, where the law finally catches up to him, with two Marines arresting him for his antics. This week, One Piece is featured on the cover of the magazine, switching to the color walk so you can see the art a little bit better.
Cool.
Here we see the crew riding on a bunch of sea creatures through the ocean. Luffy is smiling, so is Zoro. Sanji's being hopeless like he always is. Nami's smiling, holding on to one of the sea creatures. Usopp is falling off like a complete fool from a dolphin. And Chopper and Robin are sitting on the same creature. Moving on to chapter 243's cover, switching from Wapol being arrested, we actually switch to Drum Island, and we see Dalton, who's now king of the island, working alongside with the citizens of Drum Island. So yeah, Dalton is king, and the kingdom is renamed to Sakura Kingdom instead of Drum Kingdom. So yeah, the Sakura Kingdom named after Dr. Hiruluke's big accomplishment. And Drum Kingdom was the name of the kingdom under Wapol's rule. So that's probably why it was changed, to signify the new change in the kingdom itself. Yeah. This cover was made during Skypiea, by the way. Not sure if it took place exactly during Skypiea, like this whole story, but these covers are for Skypiea arc chapters. But at least we know this was obviously like before the very end of Water 7, where we see Dalton and Dr. Kureha, who saw the bounty of Chopper at the end of that arc. And chapter chapter 244's cover, we return to Wapol, who somehow managed to break free, but he spends the rest of the day running from the Marines. In chapter 245's cover, we see Wapol managed to escape, but he accepted his losses, basically accepting that he's no longer king, so he doesn't act like a stuck-up person anymore, and lives in a garbage dump, with local children even taunting him, and even a stray dog is pissing on him. That's some karma right there. Chapter 246's cover is a double-page color spread yet again. Luffy, Nami, Usopp, and Chopper are relaxing in a swamp. Nami is relaxing on a straw boat with Chopper rowing for her. Luffy is meditating on a lily pad. Really meditating? With an adorable cat sleeping on his head for some reason instead of his hat being on his head. I guess it's supposed to be like symbolism because it's like Luffy's straw hat is on Nami's straw boat and Nami's animal theme, the cat, is on his head. Burglar cat Nami. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know.
Or maybe it's another connection signifying that maybe one day they're gonna end up together. I'm still shipping them.
Luffy's meditating. Usopp is planning to throw a rock at him, not knowing there's actually a bird above him that's about to do the very same thing. Oda's comment on this artwork in Color Walk 3 is this: striking a karate pose does not make one an expert in karate. The man dressed in holy white is engaged in a nap. In 40 seconds, he'll be fighting the guy with the nose. Okay, so Luffy is sleeping, not meditating. I was about to say, that seems kind of out of character.
Yeah.
This is it for the content in Volume 26. Here is Volume 27's cover. It is Luffy as an angel, as you can tell by the winks that he has with him winking, with the four priests from Skypiea behind him. Not really an exciting volume cover, but still neat. In chapter 247's cover, we see Wapol's trying to make a living selling matchsticks as winter has arrived, but his luck is really terrible. In chapter 248's cover, after another unsuccessful night, a very sad Wapol retires to his new home, which is under the bridge, eating his way through a pile of abandoned toys. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit sympathetic, to be honest. Well, okay, I know I shouldn't be. He's facing the same kind of hardship that the villagers of Drum Island used to face, which was his fault, so it's deserved, but I guess I'm just too prone to feeling sympathy, I guess. In chapter 249's cover, Wapol actually uses his devil fruit ability to combine the junk he eats as well as nearby animals into new bizarre toys. He's doing this to amuse himself during the day. Might as well make something out of your life while you're just homeless, I guess. In chapter 250's cover, we see that Wapol's new mutant toys actually attract the local children in droves, with Wapol being surprised that the children's hearts are caught by his new creations. In chapter 251's cover, after some difficulties with pricing, Wapol begins selling his toys to these eager children for 50 belly each. Initially charging 1 million for them is hilarious, but 50 is actually really cheap. That's basically 50 cents. I would have bargained for like 500, to be honest. In chapter 252's cover, Wapol initiates the grand opening of his new toy shop after earning enough in toy sales to actually upgrade his business into a crude roll-up stand with a lot of kids around him as well. He should look a lot more eager to sell them, to be honest. I mean, you'll get out of homelessness at this rate, man. Come on. In chapter 253's cover, Wapol finds more and more children actually coming to buy his toys along with their reluctant parents. Wapol is actually totally shocked and overwhelmed by the huge influx of people to his business. This week, One Piece is featured on the cover of the Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Very cool Luffy art. I really like the serious face with like the fiery aesthetic to it. It's very cool. Chapter 254's cover is a break from the story with yet another double-page color spread titled "Excuse Me Baby, No Parking on the Battleground." We see the crew in full military uniforms, looking really cool, fleeing actually from an unknown threat. I don't know what they're fleeing from, but they're just fleeing from something. Robin is riding a pig while the rest are just stressfully running away. This got animated for the NES lobby opening too.
Yeah, I remember.
Chapter 255's cover, one of Wapol's young customers, brings his toy actually to the town's resident scientist, who was actually very shocked by its components, with him discovering the secret to Wapol's toys. This is it for content in Volume 27. The final volume for now is Volume 28, with the cover of this volume having the Shandia people with Wiper in the middle, while on the back we have Luffy, Zoro, Chopper, and Robin, all with different facial expressions and poses. Chapter 256's cover, after the scientist found out about Wapol's toys, we see that Wapol actually becomes an even bigger celebrity overnight, rising from being homeless to actually being a successful shopkeeper to just being famous, as the scientist found out that Wapol actually created an entirely new type of metal unique only to his devil fruit, which is why he got so popular.
Yo, bro, I'm sorry. Wapol discovering, people can love me without fear? I can actually win over people with love?
In chapter 257's cover, Wapol expands his small shop into a palace-sized toy store. He kind of looks humble now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Chapter 258's cover, Wapol is riding even higher on success into a full-fledged toy tycoon, as he's overseeing a more extravagant business than ever before, with his industry being called Baku Baku Factory. Baku Baku being the name of his fruit, by the way, of the Baku Baku fruit. Baku Baku is munching. Wapol still looks humble here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Chapter 259's cover, Wapol's business business reaches the absolute peak of success as the centerpiece of a brand new business conglomerate. Insane wealth. One Piece this week is featured on the cover of the magazine with other Shonen Jump protagonists, as this was released during Christmas of 2002. Next week's issue is the very same thing, with every single Shonen Jump series on the cover, as this was released during New Year's of 2003. One Piece chapter 260 is in this very magazine, and the cover of that chapter is a double-page color spread. Beneath the clock tower, the crew are looking over the spoils of their latest treasure heist. Zoro is talking to Usopp while happy, rare thing to still see Zoro smile and be happy. Chopper holds a gun while eating bread. We also see a dog here. Robin is reading a newspaper in the back all by herself, and we see the bags of belly and other valuables on the ground, including a crown, obviously not including Luffy's sandals. That's not the valuable part. Nami's talking to Luffy, or maybe talking about him, because I think he's sleeping, so it's probably the latter. I think he may just be tired from carrying all the treasure by himself, so Nami's glad that he got all the treasure, I suppose. Sanji, as always, is taking a smoke, also having a gun on him. But this week, too, the magazine came with a poster, so it's yet another colored art. 3 of them all in one magazine issue this week. The poster is titled Merry Men in One Piece, in reference to going merry. Look at all the goats on this artwork. You know, you can even see Mary's head on the top right. Everybody's painting, and as you can see, Luffy's about to make a mess and ruin Usopp's painting. Robin, Zoro, and Sanji are already seeing it coming. They're anticipating it, unlike Usopp. But I love the part where Chopper has his nose painted red by Nami, because Chopper used to complain about his nose being blue because of, his own reindeer family ostracizing him from that. Very fun poster artwork. Around this time, Zoro also made a cover appearance in Akumaru Jump, a different magazine branch, just a cover appearance though, nothing else really. So moving on to chapter 261's cover, after Wapol became a corporate czar, he actually has regained all of his old swagger and then some, as he manages to marry a world-renowned beauty queen, Miss Universe, sporting a waist smaller than Nami's, if you can believe it. Give this woman a sandwich, Jesus Christ. And now, the end of the cover story with chapter 262's cover, we see Wapol having more wealth and status than he ever had as a king, as his business empire spreads all across the world. Just when you thought Wapol would be humbled by his rough experience as a peasant for a while, he climbed his way to the top as a greedy businessman, reverting to his old evil self, with only one of the junkyard dogs by his side as a reminder of his previous downfall. It's kind of sad stuff. Just when he started to feel bad, he got corrupted by the greed he once had and became not only much more wealthy and more famous than ever before, but he's actually liked by society now, unlike most of Drum Island who opposed him. What a lucky person Wapol actually is. This cover story is one you don't have to keep in your head. This one gets animated in 400 episodes anyway, like I said. Anything I said here will probably be forgotten by then. Just 2 more chapters to finish volume 28's content. Chapter 263's cover is Nami kneeling down next to a cat and a pigeon in a forest, all of them listening to music, while leaves drop all around them. Look at Nami's shirt, by the way. It has a sunflower with a lion face on it. Remember when she was young and her mom gave her a lion shirt and she said she wanted it to be a sunflower? Yeah, it's actually a hidden reference to that. People talk about the Thousand Sunny being a sunflower and a lion at the same time as a reference to that, and I can't blame them for saying that, because this cover art here was made during Skypiea, which already was a long time after Arlong Park, yet the reference is here, so maybe they're right about, there being a connection between, Nami's whole thing and Sunny. Otis said that the flower attached to Nami's character is a sunflower, actually. It's her favorite flower. And with Nami's character, lions are actually always associated with bad things. She didn't like the lion clothes as a kid. Her animal theme is that of a cute little cat, like a house cat, and a lion is like a big, scary, intimidating cat to smaller cats, right? And in this arc, Absalom, a lion man, is nothing but bad news for her. And there are also future examples later on of lion-themed stuff being negative with her character. The more you know. Finally, chapter 264's cover has Usopp and 4 mice, all of them in alpine folk costumes, enjoying the contents of a pantry that likely belongs to somebody else. One of the mice has taken Usopp's sock to wear as a hat, and Usopp laughs at that, finding it very amusing. Well, this was once again a long one. I'll try to make these ones shorter next time, doing 2 volumes instead of 3 next time. I did 3 here because only doing 2 would not have completed the Wapol cover story in one go. So yeah, this is it for me. See ya. Yeah, definitely soon implementing the 5-minute rule. This is crazy. But a lot of interesting info. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, it's that I could have watched 2 more episodes. When you cram all these extra Yap sessions together, literally the length of 2 or 3 episodes, extra episodes. But regardless, I still enjoy the content, I still enjoy the information, that's why I do it, that's why I watch it. But yeah, he really needs to shorten it a bit, because it's a lot in one sitting. It's just a lot, it messes with my schedule.
But since he gave me this in advance, I have to go through it. But in the future, I hope he adjusts. If not, after the 5-minute rule, I'm not watching, bro. But that being said, yeah, I like Nami. Nami is one of my favorite characters so far. Vivi as well. I hope we see her again one day. Vapol, bro, you can't deny that man was destined for greatness, bro. My man just failing successfully, bro. That's crazy. My man went from a peasant to a bigger than a king, bro. That was an impressive comeback. That was an impressive comeback. That being said, I ain't gonna applaud this that much. I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Love you. Enjoy. And bye.